So I have proof that you are a nerd and I'm not.
Okay.
You went to a con today and I didn't.
I was at a con for about 12 hours today.
You even had a booth.
I did have a booth at a con.
Omaha Comic Con.
It's just called Ocon.
Omicon.
Omicon.
Omicon? Ocon. It's the Omaha Comic Con convention.
It's a lot of fun. It's a really neat environment. It gets a little bit bigger every year.
There's wrestling. There's Booker T was there. Did you meet Booker T?
I did not.
Was a wrestler. Just commentary.
I'm trying to think. There was so I think it's funny. We're not big enough to get actual famous people. So I do think it's funny that sometimes they say the famous person's name over the intercom system when they'll be there for signings, but then they also say what they're in because they're like,
because it's not big enough.
You don't know who that is. So like I forgot that guy's name, but they're like, he plays Boba Fett's son or he plays Boba in like Attack of the Clones or whatever, and you're like, that guy.
That little kid? He's all grown up now?
Yeah, and he was at Ocon.
Oh, good for him, dude. Do people hate him because he's in the prequels?
Probably. Dang it, frick. Like,
so we have 363 days, because there's one more day. 4 days.
Yes.
Then. There's one more day. We have 364 days to prepare ourselves for the ultimate stage. It's not WrestleMania. It is Ocon.
Ocon freaking panel booth.
We could do a panel. We could do this show as a panel, do it live. I could bleach my tips, among other things.
So good.
And we're doing it live, dang it! And we could be the next big thing.
We could be. Well, here's the thing. How long have we been recording? I don't know if we've said anything funny yet. On this episode.
Well, since we're already just talking about things that are behind the scenes, we are going to maybe work on some video content that you guys could be seeing.
It's going to be very good video content.
It's going to be so funny. It's going to be way more funny than this show's ever been and ever will be. But we'll keep making this show for the rest of the people.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, like, this show isn't funny, but it's always useful.
I've been watching so much YouTube. I'm going to be so prepped for when we start YouTube. Like, I'm going to be so ready. I've watched so many YouTube. I watch Pewds every day now. I'm a Pewds fan. Meme review! I watch Ryan Higa. I don't watch the Pauls, because why? Why would you watch the Pauls?
I don't know exactly what the Pauls do.
I don't either, because every time I see them, it makes me annoyed.
Besides start controversy and make bad rap songs.
I hated them on Vine. So I definitely don't want to watch 10 minutes of them.
I feel like they had one okay Vine that was super funny.
I watched a video called 10 Reasons Why People Hate the Paul Brothers, and they were very good reasons to hate the Paul Brothers.
It's generally just because they're not great people.
Yeah, and they've done a lot of bad stuff, and they're bad. I don't want to bash the Pauls here. There's lots of the internet for that. But what I'm saying is I'm a YouTube ready personality. I'm about to go viral.
You're just a big fan of Philip DeFranco. You hate Philip DeFranco.
He's fine. I don't hate him. He's fine. I've been liking the Pewds, though. I'm on the first name basis with him. Felix. Me and Felix. Hanging out.
I almost said, yeah, Felix, you guys are pretty tight. You just call him the Big F, but I feel like that's not a great thing to say.
No, I don't call him the Big F because we're buds. That's not what I call him. I just call him Mr. Felix.
Mr. Felix PewDiePie.
Or just Pewds.
Or Pewds. Just Pewds.
I do find that sometimes I'll make it like a joke accent, and I feel like I sound like Pewds now.
Pewds?
Yeah. But that's neither here nor there. This is life's what you rate it. The amount of times I almost call this hashtag follow the conversation. That's a dead show. This is life's what you rate.
How long has it been dead, though?
Like 2 years.
Yeah, cool. Good talk.
Yeah. This is
I
life's
thought
what
this
you rate
meant
it.
something to you.
Episode
15, I believe.
I thought it was 14.
Might be 14.
Whatever.
I think it is 14, but you said 14 last time.
We rate things on a scale from 1 to 10, whether they're good or not for future generations. My name's Michael. We're doing it this week. My name is Michael, and this is my brother,
Mark.
And we are the official experts on things. And am I going first this week?
It is your turn.
Here's the thing. I'm about to sing something, and you need to tell me what comes to your mind when I say, I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket.
I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is awesome.
Yeah, so like, what is that?
It was Ryan Lewis featuring Macklemore.
Uh-huh.
Thrift Shop.
Thrift Shop, dude. What about him? It's a little bit too late to talk about that song, though we could probably rate the song. How do you think?
Like a 6. It's
A
okay.
6? I was gonna say like 8.
No, I don't think it's that good.
But what about when he makes the P joke?
P.
Yeah.
But heck, it was 99 cents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we can give it a 7 for the P joke.
Okay, so the thing is, I went to a bunch of thrift stores today, and I do a bunch of thrift storing. We are sitting next to some giant butt speakers that I bought at a thrift store for way cheaper than retail, because the truth is that they're the secret dope thing. Macklemore, he may lie to you about everything else about his life. I don't know him personally, but I think he might lie to you about everything. But he does not lie to you about thrift stores. They're dope.
They are pretty tight.
There's almost no negatives, though sometimes the clothes smell funny. But the thing about them is you can find so many things. I genuinely love walking into a thrift store. Also, did you notice that I picked a topic that would actually appeal to our target demographic this week?
Oh, what's up, my man?
I know.
didn't.
I did this on purpose. So we walk into the thrift store, and the world is my canvas with which I can paint the paintbrush, which is my wallet of the... I don't know how this analogy is going to work, but I'm going to buy the thing... Have you ever gone to a thrift store and just started digging around in the piles? Because there's so much stuff there.
There's just stuff.
When I bought a record player, I was like, I want to buy some records because I don't have any. So I went to the thrift store, and I literally, they're like, hey, these are 25 cents each. And I said, okay. And I just picked up anything that looked vaguely interesting. And you know what I found out? A lot of absolute trash.
But it was cheap trash.
But like Macklemore said, screw it, it was 25 cents. So, every once in a while you find something good. I found some sick jazz album. A couple of them, actually. I found some whack butt, 1970s CCM. And it was not good. But but maybe it was good in a different way. It's very funny to listen to.
Michael?
Yeah.
Do you want to know what one of my favorite memories of thrift shops are? Or is?
Do it. Is it the time I put on the Fred Flintstone costume?
No.
Okay.
But you were there.
Okay.
So, you were probably an adult. I think you're about to move out.
Yeah.
And one of the last times we went, to a thrift store.
Okay.
Our whole family. And we found, these ski boots.
Okay.
And this is, no joke, maybe the most contemplative I've ever seen my brother be. They were $40 ski boots.
Okay.
That you wanted just because you thought they looked dope to wear around that summer.
Okay.
And you were like, I don't know if it's worth $40. And I watched you, no joke, just struggle.
Yeah.
To make the decision.
I would do that now.
To buy these boots. And I remember being like, dog, it's freaking middle of summer, they're ski boots.
Yeah, what if they looked fly?
They did look fly.
Yeah.
I also one time bought a pair of cargo shorts that were camo and plaid at a thrift store one time.
You know what comes from a thrift store? The vests! The vests came from a thrift store.
Dang, dog!
I have a side project that pops up every Thanksgiving sometimes that's called Camouflage Revolution 2. It's been a little bit shelved for a while, but those came from a thrift store. I'm sitting right next to a DVD copy of the Pokemon movie came from a thrift store.
Man,
Because thrift stores are incredible. The phrase, one man's trash is another man's treasure, is 100% true. It's the life I live, where I literally buy things that people were basically throwing away. And it's awesome to me. I bought and I'm not exaggerating, 10 DVDs today. And you know how much I spent? $20. One of them, there's a bunch of kids ones. I also got an American Idol, a couple of things about American Idol, which we're not going to talk about a lot because that may be a part of our video content coming up. I bought some...
You apparently bought Big Fat Liar.
I bought Big Fat Liar.
Featuring Frankie Muniz.
Because for one, I remember watching that movie, and I remember not knowing if I liked it or not, but then I realized that Frankie Muniz was in it and said, what if we just watch this for nostalgia steak? Because the steak? Nostalgia steak? Yeah, nostalgia steak. That's a good t-shirt.
That's a good Okay, so like, yeah, it's like when it's good nostalgia. You have a bite of nostalgia steak.
I just need a bite of that nostalgia steak. I need to watch Frankie Muniz and Amanda Bynes in a movie.
And also, do you remember spoiler? Sorry, hold on. Spoiler alert.
He turns blue.
Yeah, but when he turns on the radio and it's "I'm blue, dabba dabba die."
Oh no! But I just knew that when I watched the movie, the soundtrack is going to be something that appeals to me. Like I just know because the movie came out in that time period.
Who sings that song?
Eiffel 65. They're a Europop group. Oh, check this. Hold on, I'm getting anything that's interesting. Newsboys shine the hits live. One night in Pennsylvania cost me 99 cents.
What?
It's a Newsboys tour DVD.
That's dope.
Yep. I'm gonna watch this. Hey, they sing Breakfast, dude. Remember the song Breakfast?
Yeah, hold on.
When the milk is churning, the something's burning, and light nights are saying farewell. Remember, dude? It was on the radio, on the K-Loves and the KGBIs.
Captain Crunch is
it's not called KGBI anymore.
Farewell.
It's the Fish.
The Fish. What does that mean? What does that have to do with the brand?
It's the thing from the Bible. Or not from the Bible, but back in the early church when...
Oh, the Jesus Fish is what they're trying to play on?
Yes. Yeah, the Fish.
The Fish, because when I say the Fish, you think, oh right, Christian music.
Yeah, well, I do now because that's what the radio station's called, for better or worse.
Dude, that's just bad branding.
The Fish.
Yeah,
2 out of 10 as a name.
As a name.
Yeah,
it's
bad. Unless it were a fishing channel.
Or
maybe it refers to being fishers of men.
Maybe, I guess. I don't know.
Still bad.
But no, I would say bad because, let's just put them on blast real quick. You ever heard the gospel on the Fish?
Well,
ever?
I think that most people that listen to the Fish are Catholic. Spoilers. And I'm not kidding.
Hey, Michael, we can't just talk about alcoholics willy-nilly like that. Gosh.
Looping back around. Thrift stores. Oh,
I'm
speaking
of,
you
like,
can buy
just
a
dope thing that
you
I've
can buy
gotten
a lot
at
of
the
Christian
store.
contemporary music at thrift stores.
That's
I'm talking
a lot.
If there is any type of music that people have regretted buying and basically thrown away to the thrift stores more than any other genre, it's like southern rock from the early 2000s, like Nickelback, and CCM.
I bet you can walk into any thrift store.
I found a Zoe
nationwide, find CCM.
Yeah.
And at least one Nickelback album.
You know how many
nationwide?
You know how many Jump 5 albums you can find at the average thrift store?
Jump 5 exists.
Yeah, dude. Hold on, I'm reaching here. Jump 5. What's a Jump 5 song?
Did they do Soul Tattoo?
No, that was Plus One, a fake boy band. What was Jump 5? Jump 5.
Soul Tattoo.
Oh, Jump 5. Oh, it hurt me. Oh,
I can't think either.
They have like one. It just hit me and then it went away. All right, let's keep going.
Do you have just the best thing you've ever purchased in a thrift store?
I mean, like legitimately or like as a joke? Because those speakers are dope.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, not, Michael, this is a funny podcast. Funny.
Funny. Best thing I've ever purchased at a thrift store. One, I tried to convince my wife pretty recently to let me buy rollerblades. She wouldn't.
Why?
Because they were dope. I put them on and was rollerblading in the store.
You put them on and you were like, quack.
You know, like,
quack,
like MMA gloves?
Yes, I have some.
I found one of them, and I wanted to find the second one so bad, because I would have just bought them and worn them as my normal attire. But I didn't, so that doesn't count. I did find, like I said, Big Fat Liar on DVD. Do we count, like, CD Trade Post as a thrift store?
Essentially.
Because I've bought so many things. Games, music. The movie Extreme Days I probably bought from there.
Oh, dude.
Remember the movie Extreme Days?
How many times?
How many times?
How many times?
How many times?
As many times as it takes.
For those people that don't know, the movie Extreme Days is a movie that was made probably by someone in the Christian contemporary or Christian alternative music scene, and basically it features like Tate and
dudes.
Toby Mac, and the movie's about like a road trip across the country and like surfing and
they do extreme
sports.
Yeah, and Rufio's in it.
It's not a good movie.
Not a good movie,
but it is a funny movie.
Rufio is in it.
Rufio!
One of the guys from the racing episode of Psych is in it. One of the side characters.
And two guys you've never heard of.
Yeah, and they're brothers, but they also look nothing alike.
Yeah, and there's a girl in it too. And that movie doesn't make any sense, but I do have a nostalgia for it.
Oh, dude. There's some legitimately funny things that happen in that movie.
There are some funny moments in that movie.
That is not a good movie, but there's some legitimately good things in that movie.
I like a lot of movies that aren't good.
It's fair.
That's my MO.
Big Fat Liar.
I don't know if I like Big Fat Liar. I did just buy it for the nostalgia stake. And also because Frankie Muniz and Amanda Bynes are in it. I remember when I was a kid, I hated Amanda Bynes for some reason.
I do remember that, and I remember you would get like kind of heated and triggered sometimes about certain shows we'd watch. Like you didn't like the
because
episodes.
the Amanda Show sucks butt.
Like you didn't like the episodes of Figure It Out that Amanda Bynes was in.
The Amanda Show sucks. Figure It Out. Amanda. Oh man, actually no, I remember it now. Amanda Bynes does suck. She's not very funny. But Frankie Muniz.
Do you want to know who is funny?
Who?
Danny from Figure It Out.
Yeah. He plays bass in some band now.
That's cool to me.
We are referencing such deep
No,
cuts.
everybody... No, here's the thing, though. Think about it this way. Anybody who gets these jokes is just gonna be rolling.
They're just the single person on Earth.
Yeah, when our sister listens to this episode...
Hey, did you go to Comic-Con and did you talk about my show at all? The WackMatters one?
I did, yesterday when I was there, I did wear the WackMatters t-shirt, and I'm gonna wear it tomorrow as well.
Good. What did those people say? Were they like, what the heck does your shirt mean?
I mean, it was Comic-Con, so nobody really... It was not the weirdest
yeah,
thing
they didn't question it that much. There was anime there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did hang out with a person in anime cosplay for most of the day.
What are we gonna rate thrift stores?
I mean,
also, I bet
good.
thrift stores are great for cosplayers.
I feel like that's true. Also, I want to bring up this. The worst thing I think I've ever gotten in a thrift store was in California. And it was a specific episode or movie, I don't know exactly what you call it, of Bible Man. Do you remember Bible Man?
Yeah, dude. What a bad series of movies.
Yeah, but I remember being so pumped.
It was
like
the Christian version of Batman.
With a lightsaber?
Fake lightsabers. They were like yellow and purple and stuff.
Yeah, and like that one guy had that weird power where he could make a shield between his arms. Do you remember that?
Yeah, kind of.
And they never explained why or how that worked at all.
Well, they didn't have time for backstory buildup. They were too busy trying to force a Bible verse into a bad context.
That is.
There was no room for character development in that movie.
Do you remember the opening scene?
No,
when the guy falls down, so they're telling the origins of Bible Man, right? And he's like, he's Bruce Wayne.
Totally forgot this. Keep going.
So it's stormy night, and he's out, and he's, I think, in a white suit. I'm pretty sure he's in a white suit, my man.
Of course, he's
and
fly.
He falls down in the mud, and it's just storming. And I don't know why, but he falls down in the mud and just starts digging and finds a Bible that's roughly a yard wide and 2 yards tall.
Okay.
And he opens it up and becomes a Christian and then becomes Bible Man.
Listen, if you listen to this episode, you may wrongly misunderstand what we're saying this week as us not liking the church or the Christian community.
That's not true at all.
What I think is they have had some very noble intentions that have turned into some of the stupidest products I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, no, we're some, not as a joke, some very good church-going boys. Like, that's not a joke. However...
I recently got a gig reviewing Christian music.
Yeah, like... Good Christian music. Well, some good Christian music.
Yeah, sometimes good, sometimes bad. Depends. But still, like, I'm not trying to bash the community, but, like, I am trying to bash parts of the community because some of the
bad. It's just bad.
Bible Man is so bad.
Did you forget Bible Man existed until just now? Because I did.
No, I was thinking about Bible Man the other day, and I don't know why.
We talked about thrift stores. I was like, I feel like I've gotten something dumb at a thrift store. I was like, we were in California with Blake and John, and I was so pumped for it.
Yeah, man. Thrift stores, though, rate them. They are 10s, right?
Yeah. This
Like,
was a 10.
What's the negative? Oh, my first Magic set. Not the Gathering, the card game. Like Magic Tricks. I bought a Magic set that teach me how to be Magic and taught me 100 tricks. And I mostly did it so I could be fly for the ladies when I was like 9.
Did it work?
Well, I am married to the same girl I had a crush on then, so I would say that's a yes.
Hold on. Did you do any magic tricks for Amanda? If I handed you a deck of cards, could you do at least one trick?
No, no, you use trick decks. No.
I can do a trick.
Ben! Did I cap it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, dang it. Let me text real quick.
Dude, how do you not know any tricks?
All of my tricks were related to props.
Oh, so you were a gimmick?
I wasn't a gimmick. I mean, magicians are...
Gimmicks.
They're not freaking wizards.
No.
Unless they are. You wouldn't know.
I wouldn't.
Because you didn't buy a magic set.
No, but I did.
Store.
I
went to
learn
the same.
a few card tricks.
I went to the same thrift store that I bought my magic set at. It was the one that's over on 72nd and Giles E. No, 84th and Giles. There's a thrift store. It's a Goodwill, and I bought my magic set there. And I thought it was so dope. It didn't have any pieces missing. No one wrecked it. It was full on, and I became a wizard that day.
I remember. I also bought a golf bag and a golf club and a baseball bat and a hockey stick for a Casey Jones costume I did for Halloween one year.
Oh, nice, dude! If you want to buy a full-on golf set, go to a thrift store. You can do it for essentially $5. Is this the second week in a row I said that?
I don't know, but golf I'm bad at it. Have you golfed, Michael?
I've golfed once, and I think that golf is secretly the best sport. I'm not being ironic here. I think golf is dope and fly.
It is very fun. I did pull a muscle in my chest. That's not a joke for comedy's sake. I pulled a muscle. And I did rocket the ball into my shin once, and it hurt very bad.
'Cause you got me spinning around. Jump 5 just came to me.
Nailed it. Proud of you. Proud of you.
Okay.
You know what song I added to my playlist at work as a joke, but then it's not a joke, but I forgot, and it came on, and I laughed super hard?
What?
A crisscross will make you jump, jump. A Daddy Mac will make you jump, jump. Have you heard Jump by Criss Cross?
Yeah. I was thinking of the Will Smith song Switch. His most famous one.
Yeah, you know, the one that everybody knows by William Smith, Switch.
Yeah. What did you bring this week?
Okay, I have a very special way to introduce this thing. I'm going to need you to help me when you kind of figure it out.
Okay.
Meet a boy named Phil and his family
Future.
on a vacation from a 22nd century. And something on my time machine. Oh, dang, I messed up the first.
So we ended up right here in our time zone.
And now
Because
it's
it's
Phil of the future. Keeping it together just as best as he can. Cause he's Phil of the future. He's a 22nd century man.
27th, maybe?
I think it's 22nd
century man.
What do you remember of Phil of the future?
Would it surprise you to say that I've watched a significant amount of Phil of the Future in the last 3 months?
So, for the people here...
What a stupid thing.
Is it good?
No! Well, not mostly, no.
Do you remember the episode where Hannah Baker turns out to be an evil android?
Yep, that was the Halloween one.
But wasn't that one of the Halloween ones that they didn't say it was a dream or something?
No, they never backpedaled. That was definitely canon.
That's so good. Okay, so
it has the dude that is eventually in Community in it.
Who?
The principal. Hackett.
Oh, Hackett is in Community.
He's also the caveman. They bring the caveman in. Dude, that show flopped.
He's also in Aaron Stone.
I didn't know that. Forgot about Aaron Stone, though. I thought that show had a cool premise, and that show came back when I was at the age where I didn't realize that a show could have a dope premise and suck, And so I watched that show a lot because I thought the premise was so good, but I found myself disappointed with every episode. And then I realized that it was possible for the show to have a good idea and just be bad.
You're not wrong. Show was butt. Phil the Future.
Yeah.
So here's the hook. It's a sitcom.
Yeah. A Disney sitcom.
Of course. Disney sitcom where just a normal family from the future gets a time machine and they're going on vacation and they're time traveling around. So hold on, real quick though.
Mm-hmm.
They make jokes like, oh, this is our vacation, like we need to get back or something.
Oh, their time machine breaks.
Yeah, no. But they make jokes like we need like to try to hurry. If I remember correctly, there are parts where they say like we gotta get back for like our jobs and stuff. Like we can't stay here for forever because they have a time machine. They can literally be gone for a second.
Okay. Let's just pretend for a second we're both nerds. We understand that time travel in any story just makes it a little bit more whack.
Okay, so anyway, which is why we cover it here at WackMatters. Anyway, they go, and it's just a sitcom, but they're a future family, their time machine breaks in present day, and then they end up having to go to school and stuff, but they also have all these cool futuristic toys and stuff that get them in and out of trouble constantly.
Are you going to talk about the grossest episode?
I don't... Yeah, talk to me about this.
So there's an episode where you find out that biologically humans have changed in the future. And that there was, we'll say, an extremity that was on their body that was no longer needed that they evolved out of. Namely, the pinky toe.
I don't remember
There's
this.
an episode where they establish that people from the future don't have pinky toes. But there's a field trip that they have to go on.
The take off, yes!
Where they have to take off their shoes and Phil is super embarrassed.
Hey, you know what I think is funny? Somebody who some people take seriously and has been in a lot of, like, very serious grown-up adult content, Ali Mashaka, is in that show.
But it wasn't done. So he has to take off his shoes, but he's too embarrassed. So he has his dad make him a fake prosthetic toe. Because they're going to a tomato squashing match, or patch, to make ketchup. And so he loses his toe in the ketchup.
And somebody
finds somebody's toe just in the ketchup they're making for human consumption. The episode gives me just the heebie-jeebies the whole time. Because I don't like talking about feet all the time. But especially when you see this toe just in the ketchup that people are presumably about to eat. It just makes me want to vomit. It honestly gives me a weird perspective on the whole show.
What are the cool things that they have called?
Like the hoverboard things?
No, they hold them in their hand.
I don't know.
The communicators from, dang it, Cyber Chase.
I don't know. My wife has informed me that she's too good for this podcast, and she can't come down.
Fair enough.
But I had to have shown her a magic trick.
What are they called, though? Remember they have those blue things that do everything.
The thing from Doctor Who?
Sonic Screwdriver, good joke.
Yeah, sorry. I failed.
I've seen a lot of those this weekend.
Oh, I bet.
No, don't you get it? Because, like, I'm the Doctor and you dress up how you want, kind of, sometimes.
Phil the Future flopped after 2 seasons. That's short even for a Disney show. You
usually get a standard 3 and then a shake-up 4th if you're popular enough.
Really good. And I don't think that dude has done anything, Phil.
No, but you want to know something funny?
I knew ladies that liked him, so I hated him.
You loved him.
I liked him, but I didn't like him because I had a serious problem with hating any male that women liked as a small boy.
That is true, Michael.
I hated Jeremy Sumter more than anyone on Earth. He was the boy that played Peter Pan in the movie Peter Pan.
I remember that.
Because he was so stinging cute.
Well, just adorable.
Just stinking adorable. What?
Would be an awfully big adventure. Nailed it. You didn't expect that, did you, my dude?
I don't remember. I don't know how the heck you live in a world where you can just quote dumb lines from these movies from 20 years ago.
Dude, I can, no, you'd be surprised. My brain does this thing where anything that's important, like school and stuff like that, in one ear at the other, but just dumb things that I hear in the dome piece for forever. Which I guess is good for situations like this and nothing else. No. Do you remember this? Oh, frick. What was the movie called? Dang it. Let me give you the hook.
Okay.
It's a parent who's a writer, and then they're divorced, and he has to go with his daughter to like a convention, but she's not a fan of his book series, and then he gets kidnapped.
This is the Panabaker movie?
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And there's those super fans, and in the trailer, there's a part where the older brother from Wizards of Waverly Place, it shows him from the back. I remember you got so excited
because I thought it was Phil.
Because you thought it was Phil, and you're like, "Dude, you knew? Maybe you said Phil Diffie. That's their name, right?
Yeah, Phil Diffie.
I feel like you actually said his real life boy name because you knew it, and that was funny to me. But then you're like, "Is this guy? Is this?" And you're like, "Oh."
What's your favorite Disney Channel original movie?
Maybe. Do you remember the one, I think that also has Ali Mashaka, about wizards?
No.
And my favorite part about this was it was so old and the quality was so bad that there's a part where the guy has actual magic, spoilers.
Kind of like really like Bewitched or something?
Kind of like that era.
Not Bewitched.
But,
Hocus Pocus.
We've only seen it twice. It might be Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
No. It's not. Anyway, there's a part in the movie where he's like, she's going to try to find people. It's essentially like you find wizards for this, you find magicians for this thing, and you're their hype man.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes through a bunch of people and films all of it, and then he's like, I'm trying to do this trick with a pigeon or something, and makes a pigeon appear, and it doesn't work ever.
Okay.
And then like they go out to her car to pack up. She's like, well, he doesn't even do anything cool.
What's a bunch of pigeons?
And they open up the door, and a bunch of pigeons fly out, but they clearly appear as like they open the door.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's so bad. But I remember he actually made them appear. And you want to know something real quick about this movie? I'm an adult thinking about these Disney movies now, and I'm getting really mad about some of these plot holes. So the joke is this kid doesn't know he has actual magic. So here's the thing. He clearly didn't have a pigeon the whole time because his whole goal was to make pigeons appear whole cloth. Just out of nothing. Okay. Because he did that. But he doesn't know he has real magic. So, like, he was going to do, like, oh, this girl...
He just thinks there's a solid
This girl
breath.
comes to my room, and I'm going to do magic for her to impress her, so she takes me to this castle thing to do this magic competition. But I don't actually have a pigeon, but I don't think I actually have real magic.
We are assessing the plots in Disney Channel original movies. There's one called Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior, where a girl has to make the difficult decision on should I go to homecoming dance or should I save the world from impending doom.
Tough choice.
She chooses the dance.
And then chooses the right thing.
And then changes her mind. Cadet Kelly. Have not been able to sit through 15 minutes of that since I had a crush on Hilary Duff back in high school.
Dude. You know what movie I do like a lot, though?
What?
Johnny Tsunami and Johnny Capahala back on board.
I don't think those are good, dude. I bet those are bad.
Do you think they reek so bad you can't take it?
Yeah, I remember that quote, but like... I bet those movies are bad. I watched You Wish recently. Part of it was still funny.
That's Twitty, right?
Yeah, it's Twitty and Beans and the girl from Liz
Wasn't Beans in a commercial fairly recently?
No, like maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah, still. I mean, that's recent for Beans.
Maybe.
What else is that guy doing with his life?
Bernard Aaron Guerin.
Do you remember also the fiction for that show was he actually is an alien and they never retconned that?
Yep. Truth.
That's good.
Truth of power. I'm just trying to think of Disney Channel original movies and ones that were actually good. There was the one about the Knights of the Round Table that was the worst one I've ever seen as far as plot holes.
It's on Netflix. Watch that. It's called Avalon High. Worth a watch.
I remember liking the one about I think it was also Alsa Michalka. And she's a cheerleader and there's time travel and there's 3 dudes that have to work together and one of them's the dude that's in that movie about the Minutemen. Yes, that one.
Yeah, because it has Jason Dolly and then it has
from Cory in the House.
It has the guy that glows from Sky High.
Remember Cory in the House?
I do remember Cory in the House.
I thought that show was funny as heck.
It was funny as heck.
I don't know if it is.
Kyle Massey?
Kyle
What's
Massey.
up?
Yeah. Where's my boy? Where's my boy Kyle Massey?
What is Kyle Massey doing with his life? Hold on. Do you think that Kyle Massey is one of those celebrities that if this show got big enough, we could have enough clout to say, "Hey, Kyle,
there's no big enough." Do you think before this year is out, we could have Kyle Massey on an episode of this show? Does it count if he just records a bumper for us?
It counts. No, if
I get a bumper of Kyle Massey,
we made it.
We'll
actually quit our jobs.
We've made it. We
were celebrities at that point.
If I can get a bumper of Kyle Massey for WackMatters.com, I'll just... Hey, this is Kyle Massey with Life's What You Rate It. I give myself a 10 out of 10.
Because I am.
For
sure.
And
Guaranteed.
then he's gone. Dude, that's my goal for this year. 1, Comic-Con.
So good.
Omicron. 2, Kyle Massey is on the show or a bumper.
Dude, okay, here's the thing,
That's the thing we gotta start campaigning for.
I feel like there's a very small chance that we can make that happen.
I know. It's in the realm of possibility. This is what makes me so freaking excited for it.
Yes.
The son of the president's cook could be on this podcast. Not Donald Trump. A different president.
However, I think that this president is actually very incompetent, so like most people would think Donald is.
In truth.
I'm trying to remember,
so
though. Minutemen was good, I think.
I liked it as a younger man.
Wasn't Sky High the first movie you saw with Amanda in theaters?
Mm-hmm. I can't remember. See, here's the thing. We did back-to-backs. One day we saw Sky High, the next day we saw Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I don't remember which one was first, but Sky High's better than that.
For sure. So...
Sky High. Actually alright. It's funny. It's not a good movie, but it's kind of funny. But I don't know.
So my best friend became my girlfriend. My girlfriend became my arch enemy.
Dude, why?
My arch enemy became my best friend.
Why? I almost bought Cinderella Story today, but it's on Netflix, so I didn't bother.
Do you know what movie I watched after last week's episode? Not last week's, 2 weeks ago episode?
Uh-oh, what is it?
Princess Diaries.
Was it good?
It's very good! I enjoyed the mess out of it.
I want to watch it someday.
It was so good. Was the thing. Like, we talked about it being good, and I don't remember that. Do you remember that Anne Hathaway got a perm for that movie?
Yeah, because at the beginning, they do the standard, like, the girl has curly hair and glasses, so she's ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just how things work. That's science.
Yeah. If you have curly hair and glasses, you are so ugly.
You
know what you need to do?
Straighten that crap.
Take your glasses off and straighten them. Then you're beautiful. That's all it takes.
Science. Every time. 100% of the time.
Miracles happen.
Hey, can I say
once
something? Can I say something, though? We might have to cut this because it might be important for our other thing. I mean, Clay can take off those glasses. More attractive.
Those glasses were some of the most hideous glasses I've ever seen on a human face.
You also said the best roast I've ever heard of anybody in my whole life, where you said he looks like the biggest anime fan.
Clay Aiken, in his audition for American Idol in the year 2003, yes, it may be the sickest bird I've ever said, just looks like the biggest anime fan you've ever seen.
He's like, we were like, what a dingus. He gets like, and you're like, he's like the biggest anime fan. It's so good.
Oh, man.
What do you think we could rate Phil the Future?
It's not good. Okay, hold on. What did you think about it based on your nostalgic memories?
That's funny and good.
Okay, it's kind of funny, but
is Alan Mashaka still hot?
Like in now? I don't know what she looks like now.
No, I'm saying in the show. Like, is she still attractive?
Well,
I remember.
Young. See,
I remember her being very attractive.
She used to be old. I never thought she was.
I never thought the sister was AJ.
I never thought either of them was that attractive.
Man, Michael.
I'm sorry, Disney.
I never thought Hilary Duff was attractive.
Well, there's a generational thing, probably. Because I feel like everybody my age did. I mean, the amount of times I watched the Lizzie McGuire movie is embarrassing.
We watched a lot of bad movies together because apparently you thought people in them were attractive, and I didn't understand what good movies were.
Do you remember the social media? So like, there was one point in my life when I thought I was getting old. Now I just know it and I embraced it. But like, where I thought I was getting old, and I wasn't actually that old yet. But I realized that Facebook wasn't where the kids were, and Snapchat wasn't as big as it was, but it was starting to be. and Instagram hadn't been taken over by them all. Like, Instagram's been around forever, but for some reason it's bigger now than ever. It's weird. Anyway,
I like Instagram. It's my favorite one.
I don't hate Instagram as much as I hate, like, Snapchat. Anyway, I was trying to figure out, like, what's the next big thing. I was like, I'm gonna be this guy. I need to know what the next big thing was. Have you ever heard of Yik Yak?
No.
So Yik Yak is a social media thing. It probably still exists. I don't know. Maybe it got taken down because it's really creepy. And the way that Yik Yak works is it's almost like a bulletin board, but it works for a local area. So you can only see posts that have been posted within the local area, and everything's public. You can't see, like, where somebody was. Like, you can't stalk them. But you go to a different place, and it's a completely different Yik Yak board. And I remember downloading it at work, which is down in Nebraska City, and there was nothing interesting at all because people in Nebraska City are so backwards. Anyway,
got him.
So I came back to Plattsmouth, and I pull up.
Hold on. The people in Nebraska City are so backwards, and then you came to Plattsmouth.
Yeah, dude, I came to Civilization, Plattsmouth, Nebraska.
P-Town, Plattsmouth.
And I pull up Yik Yak, and someone has posted in individual lines, each post is one line, the entirety of the, whatever the major song is in the Lizzie McGuire movie. The whole thing. That was the only post. And I was like, what? Why? I liked every single post. Every single line in the song was a different post, and I liked them all.
That's good.
Yik Yak is garbage and creepy. Because people post weird stuff in it.
Dude, when people just say weird things to you, when things happen out of context, sometimes is the funniest thing.
Yes.
Sometimes. For instance, Michael was looking at old text messages the other day and brought up to me the fact that, because I don't communicate over text messages very often, Michael brought up that completely out of context, the last thing that I said to him was just, "Suck it, Bono."
I will never ever talk to you on that platform again because I always need to pull it up and just see that Mark said "Suck it, Bono."
Suck it, Bono.
Also, there is no context in that text. No, it's the "Have you ever seen such a beautiful night?
I'm not gonna know that.
I could almost kiss the stars, shining so bright. When I see you smiling, I go, oh, oh, oh." That's the Lizzie McGuire one. The hey now, this is what dreams are made of. That's that song. If you knew the chorus only,
I would only know the chorus. Yeah, for sure.
I used to know every Hilary Duff song a lot.
To the beat of my, to the beat of my, to the beat of my heart. I don't know. I'm thinking about letting it out.
I wanna go in. I wanna go out. Yeah.
I feel like there's another one. Oh, so yesterday.
I mean, at a point in my life, I could probably just sing the whole Metamorphosis album, but that is not today. It's
back
so
when
yesterday.
You were cool. Take it.
This has been. Wait, did we rate? What did you think, Phil? What were you gonna rate it?
I don't know.
What were you gonna rate it? I just need to know.
Like a 5, probably.
What were you gonna rate it?
Before I realized it was bad and not good like I remember?
Yeah.
Like a 7.
Maybe we could give it a 6.
We could give it a 6.
It was... dude, I watched dumber shows, especially coming out of the Disney Channel. I could give it a 6.
Phil, the Future's a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, 6 out of 10. It definitely was no Kim Possible.
Oh, dude,
I've seen some clips of Kim Possible, and there's some funny stuff in that. I've seen clips of even Stevens, and there's still some funny stuff in that. Yeah, like, there's funny stuff in those shows. There's a couple funny things in Phil, but also that Toe episode just freaking... Thanks for listening to Life's What You Rate It. As you heard, we are going to be at Omaha Comic Con next year.
We're going to hype that every week.
And also, our guest Kyle Massey will be showing up sometime.
This year. Sometime a year from today.
Yeah, if you want to support... Yeah. If you want to support the show, go to WackMatters.com. There's a donate button, and you can donate to this project. And also our new YouTube channel where we're going to kill it. But also we're going to be viral, so we'll be making tons of money. Unless YouTube monetizes us. Because they're basically Nazis. And you can also buy our t-shirts, which we're going to be selling. Also, we should really get on making some more dope merch. Like, we were talking about making hats at some point.
What was the funny thing we said today? That is a t-shirt? Nostalgia Steak.
Nostalgia Steak. Maybe I'll make a shirt this is Nostalgia Steak. There's a lot of things that we could pull out of context from the show, and it's really funny. And we could make it into t-shirts. I don't know. We'll see. The way that we have the t-shirts online, it's not a big deal to make new designs because we're ordering it by individuals.
By demand, yeah.
So we could do that. But yeah, you could donate to there. You could, what's the thing where you, buy t-shirts. That we already said it.
Yeah.
So that's how you can help us, and I would like it because we really would like to get Kyle Massey on the show.
Yeah. The more money we can potentially offer Kyle or just ask for a favor, the better.
I'm not going to pay him money. He loves us.
Hopefully.
He's a listener of the show, probably.
He could be. We don't know that. He's not.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyone could be.
Our demographic is
we could be on Obama's favorite podcast for 2018. We could be Obama's favorite podcast of 2018.
We could be.
Who knows?
Hey, Barack Obama, if you listen, could you also endorse us?
Barack Hussein Obama, please just give us an endorsement.
Please.
Barack Hussein Obama, if I've never gotten anything from you in the past, I need you to change this podcast and give us an endorsement.
It would mean a lot to me personally.
I was going to try to do an Obama impression, but I can't. I'm sorry.
I have a question for you real quick.
My fellow Americans, yeah.
They're completely unrelated. If somebody gives me a piece of Mexican candy, and I take a bite of it, and I don't like it, is that racism? Am I being racist there? If I think their candy's butt?
No.
I think it's racism.
How's it racism?
Because it's foreign.
Do you think it's bad because it's foreign, or do you think it tastes bad?
Yeah, both.
Oh. If you think it's bad because it's foreign, that's not racism, it's truth. I don't like any foreign food. I don't like Panda, the bear, or the food. No, I told my daughter I do like the bear. He's fine. But I don't like the food.
Man, did Molly ask you if you liked pandas one day?
No, we went to the restaurant, Panda, and I told Molly that I didn't like panda food. But she knows that there's also panda bears, and she asked me if I like the bears. I said the bears are fine, but the food's not. Because it's foreign.
I'm American. I'm proud to be an American. Did they sing that every single year in American Idol?
I think Jump 5 covered that song.
Let's end the show.
You got a good joke for us?
Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
How do you find Will Smith in the snow?
How?
Look for the Fresh Prince.
Ah, dang it! Dang, I knew that one!